Good day, welcome to Multinet Design in the continuation of our new deal that we are working on. So, like 9 episodes now, we have brought all this thing to reality. So we have, this is ground floor plan for the details of everything we have there. So this is the first floor plan. So all these have been tidy. So check the previous tutorial to check to know more about them one after the other. So we have built out the elevation as well, which is the front elevation, the way it looks. So this is the side elevation. So we have another side at this level. So the back is much like that at this side, but does not have much interest, so you don't need to be too much bothered about that. So now we create the, sorry for this. So in the last one, we now create the perspective where we see this entire 3D of the whole building. So when you look at this from here now, you see the entire 3D of the whole building. This is the entire 3D. So now what we have here is what we want to do here now today. So we want to work on the lighting aspects. So the light is going to govern all this area, so that you bring the full effects. So that's what we want to do. So in that, let us quickly dabble into the process and start modeling them after the other. So you'll be able to know how to select the lighting material that will reflect whenever you render, you have them in place. So here I'm not going to use any bulb or anything, just I'm going to use the modeling. So what I go to is that I go to the upper level, which is this part. So this is where I'm going to start the project and start the process. So what I do first is that I select one of these. Or let me just create a new component and say model in place. So model in place, you can go to electricity or check lights devices. So feature, you can just select devices for your home. So just select it like that. That's the basis one. So what I'm going to do is the extrusion I'm going to use. So just a small thing to do. So you just like do the first one. Then I'm going to encourage you that you should do tests. What you're doing is to render them testly, but it may not bother if you know what to do. So I'm going to reduce this one to 80. Okay. So if I click finish, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to front elevation, which is the east. So I should be able to see this there. So I will drag it up. This is where it's supposed to be. I'm going to drag this up. So dragging it up now as we send it here. So this one will be the determinant of what I'm creating. So we have 260. So I'm going to say 250. So it's going to be 60. So that 60 is too much for me. Let's reduce it to 6. So that will be 20 here. Good. So that's what we have. You can still reduce it further. So let's just say 70. Okay, now I will change this material now before I continue to do other things. So I'm going to change the material by editing this. So here I will now say duplicate this material. So from here now I will go and get an identity of what I need most. So right here, let me expand appearance now. So from the appearance aspects, what I will just do is to select this particular one. So I will drag the appearance to this level, expand them. So where you have go to see now, this is the type I'm going to use. So this will be okay for me. So if it's not okay, you can still go ahead and check more of what you need, like the metallic paints, lighting and liquid source and so forth. So you can check on defaults or check on finishing. So you have a lot to play with, depends on your choice. So I'm going to check on this miscellaneous, so I'm going to use that. So you have more to your taste here. So you can use this particular one so that will give you more illumination. So it depends on what you are creating. So on this capacity is high enough, so you can select this, but I'm going to use this video one to do what I want to create. So this one is what I want. So if you want to change the color you are free, just assign more yellow to it, but I'm going to leave this one like this. Is all I need is the reflection aspect, so click OK. So when you have it that way, it will update itself. That is it. So but the pattern is not finished yet, so just click on extrusion and go back to where you have them. So when you go back there, then you select from here now and say copy. So when you click copy, you have more multiple to work with. So from here now, you can just select and paste it here. So it's not finished, so you have to look at it from the perspective before you continue or conclude your work. So you go to perspective here and see whether those things reflect there. So if you have seen them, definitely those ones are working. So it's not completely working, but part is inside the work. So what we do is that you go to site. So that is where you're going to fill everything. So from here now, you move edit extrusion, then you move everything from here, you shift it to the front. So from here now, you go back to click finish, then go back to the perspective and go and check if you're going to be now here. So I'm going to repeat another one at the middle. I want it to be 3. So I'm going to go to details, select now and say edit extrusion, then come to site or site detail whatsoever. So I'm going to select this one and say copy it from here, then put it here. I think that's okay. So from here now, you say copy, then move from here. So I'm going to stay like that. So from here now, I'm going to have more multiple. So from edges to edges, drop it there. Continue to drop until you reach the last part where you have no further to go. Okay. So we're done with this now. Then you move it like that. So you say okay and you say finish. So when you say finish now, you look at it from here. So that's what you have created. So you now can repeat part of it and bring it down to this one. So what you do is just that you select like that, go to start elevation, front elevation. From there now you use the same thing. So here you just say pig, so say copy, or you edit extrusion because they are the same family member. So you edit like that and you say copy from this pair, you say copy. From the copy, you remove it from constraint and you drop it in. So in the extrusion aspect, then that is where you are going to edit them. So you go to edit on level 2, open the view. So all this one that is not aligned with the something, you delete them. So when you have this one in place, which is okay, then you transform it to come to the middle by pick up from it, move, then bring it here to the center. So when you say it here like this, I think with this is okay. So you move like this. There you can now copy from here, then let it stay here. So you have that in place. Now I want to do one thing before I call it wrap. So here now is what I have. So I'm going to use this to do some of. So this one is going to be like a trace of light around it. So they still maintain the same thing all through. So just select, then shift it to middle. So as you have done with that one, you can do this here to move to the center a bit, then do the same thing here. So when you click finish now, you go back to perspective and see. So this is what we have here. I think with this now you are okay. So the next thing is to do this one around so that we'll be able to align with this. I just need like 2 or 1. So we'll still maintain the same thing in that way. Material 14 is what we're going to use to do what we want to do. So I'm going to go to his elevation. From the heel elevation, what I just need is that I will create, and I will say extrusion. From the extrusion is choose none. So where I'm going to work here is I'm going to select one of these, and this is the part which I want to use. So this one will serve as it for me, so I'll be able to move it around. So first I need to do is to draw a rectangle. So wherever it stops, I'm okay. So the next is that I will now offset of what? Of 80, or let me just 60 for me, minus, so that it's going to be outside this. So good for me. So now the next is that I'm going to now trim it from here to here, then finish it up, and you do the same thing here, then you align so that you be at the same page. Align this, so you align it like that, you be at the same page. Good. So that is our aspect. Now we go to the other south or anywhere. Sorry, I'm going to go here. So this is going to be okay for me. So you click finish. This is going to shoot out, but don't mind, not bother yourself. All you just need to do is to adjust to the point that you pick up to the level you want it to be. So I think from the level 0 you can now type 60. I think with this one now it's okay. So you choose from this and then you change it to the one that you are using, which is this one. So I think with this I have what I need to have now. So what I just need that I cannot just say push or move. So I'm going to say move from here. Yes, so I'm going to move it because I want it to stay almost outside that part. So I'm going to move it from here. Remove the constraint, then this joint. So you select it and let it move like this distance. So when you look at it from the perspective, this is how far you have created. So this one you can now select, let it come down, select it to touch, so you select, you go to west, sorry, you go to south. So from the south now you can drag, you can use your arrow key to drag. So now you copy from here, now you paste it here. So when you paste it here, you go back to 3D and see how far. So this one now you can drag it up so that it stay within the boundary of whatever you are creating. So this is done and that is it. So you can click finish. So as you do that now, you go to foundation. You just have some little background for you, so when you are rendering it, the background is not going to be floating. So look at the height of what you are creating, then select the kind of the wall that you feel like it's okay. I'm just going to use this feed. I don't know the material yet, but let me just use that one for what I'm creating. So you do the same thing here at the back side, then you finish it up. So when you look at it from 3D now, you see something that's okay, it's fitting. So this one is height enough. You can increase the height if you feel like it's not. So you just like click off. So let you just go up. So this one is done. So what will you do? You can just do some temporary rendering using this one. But anyhow, what you are doing, I'm going to use my Revit to do that fast too. I'm going to use paint. I'm going to let me use 150. Just want to test whether it will work, and I use I. So can use that one. So what will you do? You say lighting, exterior rendering. So you can use the artificial and whatever. So exposure, just render and see what's happening. So this one will take time, but yet you're going to get to that point that is needed. So that is the points that we have in this particular tutorial. So take your time to get what you want to do, and that will be the points of what you need to work towards. So it's going to take time to render this, but do not bother yourself. The time goes on, you soon find this one. So you see the lights, and that is just what I want to show and demonstrate. I'm going to go further than want to render of what we are doing.